Hello, we are the awards addicts. This is our final Oscar nomination predictions and our first video episode. I'm Kyle. That's Tristan. Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Are you
We've been
nervous?
a little bit. If you guys have listened to our podcast, you know that we go through and thoroughly talk about award season, and we do a lot of betting here, or at least Kyle
Oh,
tries
I
to.
try to. I try to steal
You
his
try
money.
to do a lot of betting with me,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, we started this podcast about a couple months ago at the beginning of the season. We're two
Yeah.
longtime friends, and we decided to bring our podcast to YouTube
I
so we
couldn't say it
can
better.
expand our platform a little bit and try out the video format because I think it's going to be fun.
We're only trying to help you. We know what's going
Exactly.
to happen. We're only
Yeah.
trying to help you. You don't have to watch us, but if you want to do well in your Oscar pool, if you want to win, you got to listen to us. You got to listen to us. So, yeah, if you're ready, we can just kick it off with animated short and we can just run this. This should be
Let's
fun.
do it.
Final Oscar
Awesome.
nomination predictions. Watch us. We're going to outperform Golden. We're going to outperform Awards Expert. All the other experts who are talking to you, they don't have what we have, which is intuition. Okay, Tristan, kick us off. What is your 5 in animated short?
All right. Now, before we start this, I know we were kind of bragging a lot. I personally do not know the short categories as well as some people,
Yeah.
including Kyle. I haven't really
Oh,
done my research when it comes to these, and I haven't seen any of them yet. So, all the other categories I'm feeling pretty good about, but this one here, like the 3 shorts categories, I'm not as informed. So I will
me with
say that as a
documentary.
disclaimer. Yeah, but for animated short, I'm going to go with A Bear Named Wojak as my number one. I think it has an awesome name and a really cool poster. So that's one of the reasons. I'm going with a Crab in the Pool, Beautiful Men, um, Wander to Wonder, and In the Shadow of the Cypress.
Okay, we actually have quite a few overlapping ones.
Cool.
I'm gonna start off. My number one is A Bear Named Wojak as well. Cool
Nice.
story about like a bear in a war. Sounds kind of cool of the Academy's alley. Wander to Wonder, which got an Annie mention. Same one did A Bear Named Wojak. Maybe Elephants, which I've heard a lot of good things about. An Academy Award winners behind it, so that's a little plus. Au revoir, Monday, which it won in the Student Academy Awards, so that's why I'm kind of putting it up there. I have a little bit of confidence, and also my number 5 is going to be In the Shadow of a Cypress, which we both have. So we have 3 overlapping. I don't have a Beautiful Men. I don't have a Crab in the Pool. Beautiful Men, maybe it has like a 3.4 in Letterbox. It's stop motion. It got an Annie mention, so maybe that could do it. A
And
Crowd in the Pool is giving me a little bit of bad vibes. I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago. That
yeah,
was the one that we like. We didn't like the animation style of it, so it's giving me bad vibes for some reason. Even though it seems like a lot of people really like it.
yeah.
But
And
yeah,
that's why I went with it. It seems like the general reception is really good, but I agree the animation style, not my thing. Um,
yeah.
I think Beautiful Men right now seems to be the front runner in at least in terms of Gold Derby's predictions. It's number one, 13-5
Mhm.
odds. But yeah, that I think that could be a snub. I don't entirely know why that's their number one over A Bear Named Wojak.
You know what I say? Going with what the top 5 on Gold Derby has is an easy way to get 3 out of 5 right. You're
Yeah.
gonna miss 2 of them. So if you have 4 of the 5 and I have 2 of the 5, so I think we're both gonna miss probably one here.
Yeah.
But yeah, should we do documentary or live action next?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll do okay. I'll start off with documentary and
Documentary live action or short?
documentary short.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
Sorry. My number one is I Am Ready, Warden. I'm feeling really good about this. Um, it won an IDA, so that's like kind of like the thing that's keeping me up there. Incident's my number two. A swim lesson is my number three. My number four. This is where it gets tricky because I still could switch around. I really want to put Once Upon in Ukraine up here, but I think I'm gonna throw a curveball, and it's kind of scary because at 1 in 100 odds, nobody's predicting this, but I'm gonna put Instruments of a Beating Heart. I don't know why it got us in my I mentioned, and it's getting me really. It's an interesting title. I think it's the most interesting title of all of these, except for maybe Once Upon a Time in Ukraine. The one I think of I might put in here, but I'm gonna put that in. And then Michaela's Voice, which I've heard has some controversial messaging in there, but it's Netflix. Netflix always gets at least one of theirs in there, and they have two this year: The Only Girl in the Orchestra or Michaela's Voice. So I'm gonna put that in my number five. I might change and put Once Upon a Time in Ukraine or Chasing Rune there at some point, but I don't know yet.
So I believe we have 3 out of 5 of the same.
Okay.
I have Once Upon a Time at Ukraine at number one, but with I Am Ready Warden as a close number two. Michaela's Voice, I also have in. I think every year they end up, especially in the documentary category, they go with something that is very controversial and, maybe isn't the best representation of its topic. And it's usually a Netflix film. So Michaela's Voice, as bad of vibes as it's giving, it also, I feel like, is just exactly the kind of film that they go for, despite the controversy. And it could win because
Yeah.
oftentimes when there is a controversial Netflix documentary short, it wins.
Yeah.
So I think I feel pretty good about that one. Incident, I'm also feeling pretty good about just based on what you've told me about it. And then at number five, I was between a couple. Death by Numbers, I was just looking into it. That's their number five on Gold Derby, but I don't feel as comfortable with that. I was more leaning towards Chasing Rue, A Swim Lesson, or The Only Girl in the Orchestra, because that's Netflix.
Mhm.
But I think I'm going to go Chasing Rue. It's got an
Yeah.
awesome poster.
Yeah. The kangaroo. I don't really know
Yeah.
what it's about. I know it's about a kangaroo, I guess,
Yeah,
but
it's about a kangaroo. It's a
but
nature
also Sky
documentary.
Fitzgerald, the person who directed it, she's been nominated twice in this category.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a good standing there to say that you might be right about that. But yeah, okay. Kick us off with live action, Tristan.
All right. So for live action short, at my number one, I have uh, an orange from Jaffa. At my number two, I have The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. Number three, I have The Masterpiece. Four, Dovecote. And I think I'm just going Gold Derby top five here. Five, I've got Anuja. That's probably
Yeah,
not right. I do kind of want to go I Am Not a Robot. It seems interesting to me.
I know. I've
Instead of
heard really good
Anuja.
things. I think someone that we're friends with, Matt from Film Ball, is really high on that one. I think I watched his short video the other day, and I think
Interesting.
he's predicting that one. Uh, but yeah, that's Gold Derby 5, and that might very much be it. I feel pretty good about it. I actually am really high here. I have like four of the Gold Derby 5. Um, the Man Who Could Not Remain Silent is not my number one, but it's close because my number one is Masterpiece, which won Sundance, and I feel really good about this. I've heard such great things. Um, it feels like it could go all the way, honestly. My number two is an Orange from Jaffa, which it's about Palestine, and I don't know if that's a benefit or it's going to hurt it, but I think it might be a benefit. A Man Who Cannot Remain Silent. It won Con, so I feel like I'm gonna print this one as well. I feel like that's why it's top three. This is why that's top three on Gold Derby. Um, Now Dovecote has Zoe Saldana. It's produced by Zoe Saldana. It's directed by her husband. I'm not gonna go against it. I just don't have any reason to. And then I'm gonna go with Compatriot, which did very well at the Student Academy Awards. Oftentimes there's a good correlation between that, especially in the live action short category. And I'm gonna predict that one because it's also vaguely about the Holocaust, and that's always a pressing topic. So
Yeah, I think, yeah, the Ice Cream Man or the Compatriot, I feel like probably will get in over Anuja.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of swapping Anuja out for the Ice Cream Man as well.
that's another Holocaust one. So maybe you might be. We could
Yeah.
uh we could do that. But
Okay, I'm
Anuja
gonna
is
do
number
that.
one on awards expert. So it seems like on the other like awards predicting app, that one is the one a lot of people are predicting.
Interesting.
And there is kind of like a little bit of a bias amongst like kids being like abused here. I think back to last year, the Chiwetel Ejiofor short that got in.
Yeah.
That a lot of people did not like. So I don't know. It might be
Yeah,
that.
you know what? I'll stick with the five they have here. Why not?
um. Okay. Yeah. Well, is it my turn or your turn?
I believe it is your turn for to bring us international film.
International film. Okay, I have a big snub here.
Interesting.
One, Emilia Perez. Two,
Okay.
I'm Still Here. Three, Kneecap. I had this out for a long time. It wasn't until how well it did at BAFTA, where it got like a bunch of BAFTA mentions, including a long list in Best Picture. That I decided to put it like my number three. Number four, I'm gonna do Flow. I'm gonna do
Wow.
Flow.
I don't
I'm
know. I don't
at
know
my
about
number
that one.
five. I don't know. I might. I have the ability to change it beforehand. My number five, I'm gonna do The Girl with the Needle from movie.
Okay. Interesting.
No, See the Sacred Fig.
Yeah, I thought when you said there was a big snub, I thought that's what you were going to say. And it could happen. I think The Seed of the Sacred Fig was projected to be a really big contender this year, just based on its narrative and based on the premiere at Cannes. And it's been underperforming all season long. I would not be surprised if it got snubbed here. But at the same time, it got the Globe nomination. It's been doing well enough where I think it will get in, and it's my favorite of these films.
Yeah, it's this
Um,
year's Decision to Leave or A
yeah,
Hero. I feel like it's gonna be the top like three contender that's gonna
it's
miss out.
it's a very long movie and it's a very dense film. I don't
Mhm.
know if it's one that everyone is going to respond to in the same way as
Mhm.
something like Amelia Perez, which the Academy seems to be really really going for.
Yes.
Um, I've got Amelia Perez at number one. I'm Still Here at number two. Those two, I think, both have potential in above the line categories. Seed of the Sacred Fig, I still have at number three. That could be biased because I love the film, but I do think it's going to get in. Um, Four, I do have Kneecap as well. I
Mm.
did not have this in before, and I'm still a little hesitant, but it did get the long list mention for original song, which I think is pretty big. I didn't think that would happen. And then the BAFTAs went pretty crazy for it. So I had to put that in. And then my five has been, I've been toggling around a bunch of different films. Flow, I don't think is going to happen here. Mainly because like it's from Latvia, but it's just meows like and animal noises and stuff. It's not really a foreign language film, and I don't think they're going to nominate it here. I think it's
It
going to
appears
get
to be so
honored.
much passion about it, though. I don't
There
know.
is, but it's not a foreign language film. That would be ridiculous. It's a silent film, or not silent, but it's just animal noises. I think it'll get nominated in and potentially win in the animated category. But for my number five, I'm going to go with How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies. I had Girl with the Needle before, and last minute decided to kind of swap it out. But there seems to be a lot of passion for that movie, and it's a crowd pleaser, and it's one that
Mhm.
people are really falling in love with, and it did really well financially in Asia as well.
Yeah, I think it's one of the highest grossing movies of this year in Thailand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did
so
super well.
very interesting. That one is right on the outskirts for me. It's probably number seven, right after see it for being my number 6.
What do you think about Vermilio?
Vermilion. I want to put it in so badly. I don't know. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. I never know.
Have you seen it
what to do
yet?
here.
It just
I
started
have
playing in
not.
Toronto, so I'm planning on seeing
It's
it this
been
week.
on the seas for a while, but I haven't watched it yet. I intend to if I can't see it in the theater beforehand. I do want to watch it. It
Yeah.
looked totally up my alley. From like I remember when it was nominated Gotham's, and I was like, this looks all the clips. I was like, I like this so much. I cannot wait to watch this. So
Yeah, it looks good.
yes, maybe we'll make our best of list in next week when we do it.
Possibly, yeah.
maybe I'll catch you before then. Okay, hey, this was documentary.
All right. So for documentary, at number 1, I have Sugarcane. I just think it's been performing really well. You don't have Sugarcane in.
What?
Oh my
No,
god.
I never said that.
Oh, just based on your reaction.
I
I
never
feel
said
like
that. What are you talking about?
it.
Go on.
Number 2, I have No Other Land.
Mhm.
Number 3, I have Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat. Number 4, I have Daughters. And at 5, I've got Black Box Diaries.
Dude, you're gonna fumble this category so hard. Oh my gosh, you're gonna fumble this.
Wait, no.
category
You
so
know
hard.
what? I'm gonna hold on. Wait. I'm gonna drop Black Box Diaries and I'm gonna put in Porcelain War.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna. Okay. Number 1, No Other Land. In the past 6 years, something that has one idea has never missed. In the history of documentary feature, something that has won Gotham has never missed. Northland is not number 2. Anything above Northland is just incorrect. It's just not number 2. I don't know why you would predict Sugarcane.
I'm so confident in Sugarcane. It's been doing so well.
I'm not as confident as you. My number 2, it's Porcelain War. It's the only one with PGA mentioned. I'm going to put Porcelain War in. My number 3, Black Box Diaries.
Really? Number 3. Interesting.
MTV documentaries actually is a pretty good track record here. And I've watched Black Box Diaries. It's pretty moving, pretty good. I think we can do it. My number 4, this is where it gets tricky because I'm like, what do I do? I'm going to tell you something. The Homie soundtrack to Coup d'etat, they give you bad vibes. Take that out. No.
Dahomey, I agree. It's too short. It's just not gonna.
I think soundtrack to Coup d'etat is too long. Go in the past 5 years and find a documentary that's 150 minutes.
Yeah, you're right, but it's making a lot of waves. Like I hear a lot of people talking about it, and it's on track to get a nomination. It just feels like it's in.
Okay. Number 4, I think I'm gonna default and say Sugarcane and Daughters. Dude, I want to put in Evelyn so badly. I feel like Evelyn. My heart tells me Evelyn is stronger, but like my brain, I've watched Evelyn. It's not. It's like World of Warcraft animation, like half of the movie. It's not gonna. I just don't see how this gets in.
Yeah.
But like, I just look at Daughters missing the IDA shortlist. It's not even in the 19 best films considered by IDA.
Yeah, it's tough. Daughters has been really underperforming, but it's also recently been making a lot of top 10 lists, doing pretty well in terms of
did very well at BAFTA.
Yeah. So I think it's surging at the right time, where I think it will end up getting the nomination, but it's not competitive for the win anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I would disagree. I think if it gets in, I think it's win competitive.
Interesting.
You think? I feel like the whole Academy will probably prefer Daughters over Northern. They'll be like,
I mean,
like,
it's a.
You think someone in like the acting branch is going to prefer Northern to Daughters?
The thing with Daughters is I felt like it was going to kind of get a boost from Sing Sing's presence, and the two of them were going to kind of help each other. But Sing Sing's not doing too hot right now, so I don't know if that really stands anymore. What you said about Black Box Diaries, I feel like I kind of want to slot it in, but I don't know what to take out.
I actually think you should take out Santa to Akuda. It's not happening. I'm so sorry. It's just.
I don't know.
It's definitely not happening.
Really?
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can take out Sugarcane.
No, I'm not taking out Sugarcane. There's no way. That movie's doing so well.
Yeah. I will be. I
Also,
will
it's
say.
about residential schools, which is like a
Mhm.
really important topic.
Also about abuse in
Yeah.
Native American, areas. Reminds you, Nickel Boys could maybe benefit Sugarcane a little bit, like how Sing Sing is benefiting Daughters.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but no, I don't think Soundtrack to Kubo has a sauce to make it in. Sadly, I haven't watched it, but it seems like it'd be something I would like.
It seems really good.
Yeah, my turn with
No,
animated
I'm gonna leave out.
Black
I feel
Box.
like daughters needs to be in there.
I feel like it's my number 5. I think it could easily miss.
Miss.
I think it could easily miss.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna leave out daughters, and I'm going to have
I
sugarcane,
think
no other
soundtrack
land.
is worse though. I just to be clear, I think soundtrack is worse.
I don't know. I'm feeling.
I really don't think you should put soundtrack in.
All right, fine. I'll concede on because when I was talking about how I'm not as familiar with the shorts, that also extends to documentary as well. That's another
Mm.
category where I feel like
No
I'm
uncertain. Who knows?
yeah, and it's a tough category to predict too.
Yeah.
You know what? I will put in Daughters, Porcelain War, Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Sugarcane. That's my 5.
Okay, so now we have the same 5. I should
Now
never.
we've
I should.
yeah. What the heck, dude? You just
Yeah. Well, no. So the truth is, guys, I just want to say, I'm just gonna briefly just mention for the audience, so you need help. In case you need help, I have some good vibes about Union and Queendom. Watch out for these. Watch out for these. I
Union. I
think
agree.
they could be the kill the tiger. You don't think Queendom? I really think Queendom has a chance as well.
Uh, I don't know. I haven't heard as much about that one.
And it reminds me of what was that year? What was it 20 was it 20 Days of Mario Pool year last year?
Yeah.
You remember when Housemate Slimsters got in and that was like at 1 in 100 odds? No, it was 2 years ago. Was it? Days of Mario Pool was last year.
Maripol was last year. Yeah.
Yes. To Kill a Tiger and hold on, I'm high. When was House Made of Splinters?
That was 2 years ago.
Okay, when that one got in, it was at 1 in 100 odds, and that was also like a Ukraine Russia based thing. And I feel like Queendom could do it. It got an outstanding production win at Cinema Eye. I think it's underestimated. So if you want to like take a risk, I would be worried about that one.
And the one that I'm going to kind of throw out there is Eno.
No,
Do you
that's
know
not.
anything about this?
Yeah, it's like AI, and it's like a different version every time.
It's sick. I know that like
Have you
there are a
watched
lot
it?
of people. No, but just the concept. I know a lot of people are going to find this controversial, but I could see this. This is like one of these things where I could see it making the 5, and then it becoming like this big thing where half like there's a divide. Half the people really support it, and half the people like think that it's like a sin to film.
A sin to film. I just don't
Well,
know which version. If it's different versions, which version will be the most liked version, and which version? What if someone would prefer a different version of the film compared to a different?
yeah, it is weird. I don't know because it's a totally different kind of experience than anything else that it's competing against.
How
So it's
many
hard
total
to.
hours of footage is cut between all the different versions?
I'm not too sure, but I think it's a lot. I
Oh
think there are a
wow,
lot of different versions.
yeah. No, I'm asking like how much of the like if there's like 20 different cuts of it, how many hours total would it add up if you watched every single version of it? Like, is it like 1,000
Oh,
hours of footage being cut between every version, or is it like 7 hours of footage being cut between every version?
I'm looking that up right now. Let's see.
Because let's say the documentaries always are
30,
going to be like
500 hours of footage.
500 hours of footage. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just too much of variety for it
Yeah.
to work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a very cool concept. Very cool concept. If it was on a smaller scale, I would say that could have a chance of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
my
I
turn
think
with a,
we will see a film like this in the future with
mm,
this similar concept get in, but I don't think
yeah.
Eno's the one.
I haven't listened to any of his music. Is there something you'd recommend?
Oh, I mean, like I know his in terms of like his producing stuff a lot better than his solo work, but
Okay.
like any of his ambient stuff is like really acclaimed as well as like his 70s records.
You know
But
what
he
that
did a lot
reminds
of
me of?
work. Yeah.
It reminds me of the ambient noise and flow, which we're gonna move on to animated feature.
Great transition.
That was an awful segue. Yes. So, Flow, Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit. I think these are the five. Um,
Yes,
yeah, small
agree.
outside shot for me for Moana 2, I guess, but those are the five.
Yeah, I think every year there's a category that's just like extremely locked where I
Mhm.
don't think you can really budget at all. And that is animated feature this year. All five of these are just they've been hitting everywhere. And yeah, Moana 2, it's made a lot of money. So financially, I think it's got an edge over some of these other ones, but it just doesn't have any acclaim whatsoever. Like a lot of people don't like this movie at all. So I
Yeah.
think these are the five, and I have the exact same order: Flow, Wild Robot, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit.
Sorry, Memoirs should be below Wallace and Gromit.
Oh, you
That
have
was
it
what.
though.
Yeah, I
You,
mean that was one that missed at BAFTA because BAFTA has four nominations, and that was also it missed at PGA. So Memoir should be last, but Memoir is going to get in.
That is true. And Wallace and Gromit has been doing really well financially. I think it made. I don't know about the like exact number, but I think it was like the top streaming film, like animated
On
film on
Netflix.
Netflix or something
Oh,
like
that's
that. Yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty crazy.
Okay, visual effects, Tristan.
All right, so for visual effects, I have obviously Dune Part Two at number one. We got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes at number two. I got Wicked at number three. Gladiator 2 at number 4, and Alien Romulus at number 5. I really want to
Whoa,
put
whoa! No Better Man.
no. I want
Oh,
to. I
interesting.
want to, but I just I feel like there first of all, do you think there's going to be two ape movies in this category?
I think there's going to be 4 8 movies because Gladiator 2 and Wicked also have
Yeah,
8.
that is true.
But
But you know what I mean.
um, yeah, yes, I do. I think
And also the song debacle thing. I don't know if that's
okay,
going
two
to
different
affect it though.
branches. The visual effects branch.
Yeah,
Why
I
would they
know.
care what happens in the music branch?
That is true.
Okay, well, Dune, Kingdom, Better Man, Wicked, then Gladiator 2 for me in that order. So,
Okay.
we first bet of the season: Alien Romulus versus Better
No,
Man.
I'm not going to bet
No,
on that.
why not?
Because it's for me, it's not consequential, and I think Better Man could absolutely get in. Me betting on Alien Romulus is I get is quite a bit of a stretch. In fact, I kind of want to change back to Better Man, just because I'm looking at the odds here. It seems like a lot of people are going for that, but Romulus got like I will say it's gotten a lot of short lists. It did pretty well in terms of reviews. The effects are really good. I
Yeah.
do think Romulus has a chance here. It was also shortlisted for sound, right?
Yes, and score.
Yeah, so I think it's going to get in somewhere. I just don't know if it's here or sound. One of the two.
Mm.
I kind of feel like, you know what? No, I'm going to put Better Man in. I'm going to take out Gladiator 2. I think that I
Okay.
feel a little better about
Do you
because
want to bet
I
on
love
that?
no, not on this. We'll find a good one. We'll find a
Oh
good one.
my gosh, you
I
just
don't
win
care
pot at
about
every turn. You win pot at every
I
turn. It's
I
okay. It's
don't care
okay.
about visual effects. Like I mean I do obviously, but to bet on it, no. And
Okay.
also, do you not have Alien Romulus at like number 6?
No, I have Mufasa at number 6.
Oh no, I don't think Mufasa has a chance.
Okay. You can say that. It won't change.
That is
The
true.
first Lion King got in, and Mufasa Lion King made the visual effects main lineup. So I don't know why I would forget to have made Visual Effects Society. So I think it's number 6. Probably Alien Romulus would be 7, then Deadpool 8, then Twisters 9, Civil War 10, or Civil War 9 and Twisters 10.
I Civil War. I think there's an off chance, but probably
Okay.
not. Yeah,
Understood.
that one I would maybe have like number 8.
Mm. Well, Gladiator 2 is getting in.
Think so?
I'm
So
fairly.
is Romulus is a bad bet, like for me
I
to predict?
I mean, I feel if they would go for Napoleon last year in visual effects, why wouldn't they go for Gladiator 2?
Yeah, but Gladiator 2 has kind of an air of negativity around it.
Napoleon
Um,
did as well.
but Napoleon didn't have the same high expectations that Gladiator 2 did. And I think maybe this is personal bias. I think Napoleon's better
I think Napoleon's
and
better as well.
more visually impressive than Gladiator. Gladiator has horrible visual effects. I thought the visual effects were like awful in Gladiator 2. I couldn't believe it.
Do you want me to
But
actually just list off the actual precursor hall of Gladiator 2? It's not gonna miss. I feel
yeah.
fairly good about this.
So are those like the locked five, you would say?
I mean, I would say Wicked is not locked. I would say just based on precursor standing is Better Man, Kingdom, Dune. Those are locked in. Um, Wicked could miss because it didn't make Visual Effects Society, so that's a little concerning. But it's made it in everywhere else. Made it BAFTA.
I feel like that
Um,
wouldn't miss. I don't know.
but
I feel good about Wicked.
Civil War made BAFTA and VES, so
Yeah, that's
that's
why I'm.
could do.
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 and Wicked both made BAFTA and CCA.
Did
Um,
Romulus make anything?
it made BAFTA, and Deadpool
Oh,
made
it did.
BAFTA.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And not just the short list. It made the nominations
Oh
for
no,
that.
no! I'm talking about the long list. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, the long list. I don't know. Yeah, and I don't feel good enough to put Civil War in there.
Mm,
I'm gonna take Gladiator 2 out. I'm gonna stick with Romulus. Let's do
okay.
this.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
All
For
right.
taking the risk. Taking the risk.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
take a risk every now and then.
Sound. I have Dune.
Hmm.
Then I have Wicked.
Yeah,
Then I have A Complete Unknown. Then I have Amelia Perez. And I have Gladiator 2.
I have the exact same five, um, in the same order, except I have Gladiator 2 and Amelia Perez switched.
Okay.
I do think Romulus also has a chance here. It's number 7 on Gold Derby. I would say Blitz is kind of off the table, in my opinion. It's
In
possible.
space, no one hears you scream. That was the tagline of the original Alien. So
That
sound is
was.
like a big focus, you know?
Yeah. And
Blitz is
I'm.
possible. Blitz is definitely possible. Hold on. Like Blitz has some like insane precursors. Um, but so like MPSE, CCA, and Battle Long List, Complete Unknown, Dune, Wicked. Those are in. Those are
Yeah.
definitely in. Deadpool has insane precursors as well. It made both Sound Girls, but missed BAFTA.
I don't
Emilia
think
Perez.
Deadpool is going to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, but like it made both Sound Girls. It has good precursors. Gladiator has BAFTA and CAS, and Emilia Perez has BAFTA and MPSE. So they both have one Sound Girl plus BAFTA. And then Alien Romulus has MPSC, and Blitz has BAFTA. So Wild Robots also has both sound goals of CAS and BAFTA. I mean CAS and MPSC. Sorry. So I'm not predicting an animated film, and I'm not predicting a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
So to predict two that have it, Gladiator 2 and Emilia Perez would be those.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So we have the same five for that. Yeah. I just think that sounds. I'm feeling pretty good about those five.
Yeah.
All right. Song. This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
So I've got the two Amelia Perez songs at the top, El Mal at number 1 and Mi Camino at number 2. I have The Journey from the 6888 at number 3. I've got Kiss the Sky from The Wild Robot at number 4 and Compress Repress from Challengers at number 5.
Okay. Maybe this will be your next bet.
I feel like, yeah, you're going to have a bit of a... Can I predict what the difference is for us?
Yes.
You don't have Kiss the Sky in.
No.
Oh, you do? Okay, interesting.
I don't have it. Oh, no, I
Oh,
was.
you
Yes,
don't have
you're
it
right.
in.
I
Yeah,
don't have it
okay.
in.
And I think that's a fair bet. I think there's a possibility that misses, but
There's one more I don't have in.
compress repress.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Do you think Clayton Davis doesn't have Mi Camino in? He has Mi Camino missing.
that's ridiculous. I think
Yeah, I would.
I think those two are pretty locked. And I think Amelia Perez in general, you can't bet against its haul here. I don't know. I'm not fully on the Amelia Perez is gonna like win a ton of Oscars train yet. But I think in terms of nominations, it's looking really good. I think it's gonna get a lot.
I have Amelia Perez, The Journey, and then Amelia Perez again. I put a Journey in between its two sandwiches. That's what I did last year with What Was I Made For, and I'm just kind of put the Diane Warren song in between like a little sandwich.
She's gonna get in every year. Like yeah.
So El Mal, then Journey, then Mi Camino, and then number 4. Do you remember what I predicted at the Globes, Tristan?
No, I don't.
Elton John, Never Too Late. It's happening. It's happening. I'm not moving. I am not moving.
You know,
Randy Carlisle and Elton John is getting in.
Yeah, that is a crazy combo because I like for our viewers, like if you guys follow the Grammys, Brandy Carlisle is just like a Grammy machine, and I think there is some crossover when those are like huge Grammy draws do end up in the song category. We saw it with her a couple of years ago, so I think that's a fair bet. I haven't heard anything about that song, and I don't think it's that great, to be honest. I don't think it's a very memorable song. And I love Elton John.
The song. It's about if the music branch hears the song. Do they like Elton John enough? Are they Elton John throws these massive Oscar parties every single year.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the music branch members are gonna reward him with this nomination.
It's possible.
Then that last slot.
But he's not overdue or anything like that. Like he's someone who already has an Oscar under his belt.
What? He has 2, one for The Lion King.
Yeah. And one for Rocket
Man. Rocket Man. I'm Never Gonna Love You Again. Then that last slot is difficult. It's really difficult. It's not Kiss the Sky or Compress Repress. I don't know what it is though. It's not Will and Harper because they're not going to do 2 documentaries.
No.
And Elton John is higher than Will and Harper for sure. Sing Sing, is it Like a Bird? Kind of feels like a red hair. It could be, but I don't see it happening. Do you like the song Like a Bird?
I think it's okay.
I think if you watch the movie, it kind of plays a little Lifetime, when they're like driving away in the car, the ending, and just playing the song. I don't know.
There's one of these like kind of feel good songs every year that is kind of generic. But
there's also kind of like usually a little bit of like a civil rightsy song, like a kind of like a like predominantly black cast song. The one that's the next highest of if I cross out all 4 of those songs would be Kneecap, Sick in the Head. Are they cool enough to do this? It's like that song is insane and it has a lot of curse words in it.
Yeah, I don't see it.
They're not gonna sing that live at the Oscars.
It's also it's like half in Gaelic, I believe,
yeah.
Right? I don't know. I don't see
when the
it.
shortlist came out, but like I was too, like the 5th slot was supposed to be Forbidden Road, and it's not here anymore. And I'm wondering, is that BAFTA support indicative of Kneecap getting in?
I think
the best film long list.
Yeah, I think it definitely is when it comes to international film. But when it comes to original song, I don't see them touching Kneecap. It's a very niche type of music. It's hip hop, but it's not really even for hip hop heads. It's like this kind of weird in between punk hip hop thing that I just don't see a lot of music branch members going for.
Okay, we'll go with Kiss the Sky. Do you want to bet on Elton John versus Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross?
Yeah, I'll do it. $10.
$20.
$10. No, I'm doing 10. Like I don't want. I'm not a big gambler.
Okay, that's fine. $10. Write it down.
Right.
Let's get it.
Do it. Okay. Yeah. Wait. So what is it? Kiss the Sky versus Elton John?
No. Compress Repress versus Elton John.
Okay. I think there's a possibility Compress Repress misses. It's my number 5, but I don't see Elton John making it in. So,
Tristan, say lock it in before
huh?
we say lock it in before I continue talking.
Lock it in. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, that's not happening. Have you listened to all the songs in the expanded era? Has anything sounded techno at all?
No,
Compressed
but
Repress is not getting in. I feel so certain about Compressed Repress not getting in. It's not happening.
but
You should not even
it's
entertain it. It's not happening.
it's not a straight up techno song though. Like
It
it's
is absolutely a straight up techno song.
no, it's
It is not
not.
happening. It is
It,
not
it's
happening.
got techno instrumentals for sure, but
Brother.
it's got a catchy chorus. People are really like talking about this song and going back to it.
Mhm.
And
At worst,
Trent
it's going to be a
Reznor,
draw. At worst, this is a draw. I'm not either. We both miss, or I'm all right because it's not happening.
it's probably a draw, to be
It's
honest. I think that's the most likely scenario. But yeah, I think both of us are losing on this. But I think Compress Repress has a chance. I
Mhm.
feel like Challengers is going to do fairly well in terms of nominations. Well, fairly well, I say that. I think I have it in 2 categories, so it's
I
not
think I have
great.
it blanking.
Really, no
I
score.
either
Oh
have it in
wow,
one or blanking. I have it in score right now, but I might take it out. I don't know.
it's I see it missing score, but I also think there's so much passion for it that it's just like I feel like I'm relying too much on like what the academy used to do.
Mhm.
If I was going to take it out, whereas like there are newer members, there's just a lot of passion for that score. I
Okay.
can't take it out.
Well, let's kick it off with score then. Number 1, Conclave. Number 2,
Interesting.
The Brutalist. Number 3, Emilia Perez. These are the locks. These are going
Yes,
everywhere. These are the locks.
agreed.
Then these last 2 slots, there are 5 movies. Surprisingly, Gold Derby knows these 5 because these are all in the right order. Challengers, Wild Robot, Wicked, Nosferatu, Room Next Door. These are the only 5 options. These are the
Yes.
only 5 options you can choose between. Um, my heart tells me to do Wicked. Not my heart, actually, because I don't think it should be here. But my brain is telling me to do Wicked. Uh
It's probably going to happen.
Dude, I feel it happening. Steven Schwartz has not been nominated since 1997 for
Yeah.
Pocahontas. It's been a while. But also, he doesn't really do films that often. He mostly does stage work. He mostly does theater. So I'm like, Steven Schwartz return? Is it happening? This is in Best Picture.
They go with a lot of like it seems in
Yeah.
line with a lot of what the academy has done in the past where like other branches or like the golden globes have ignored certain films that people don't think are going to get in and then the academy goes with it like Indiana Jones or something like
Yeah.
that.
I'm going to be honest. It's also the only film here that's guaranteed to be Best Picture.
Yeah.
It is. I feel like since it's a musical, there's not much to discern between the actual music, the songs, and the score. Steven Schwartz is a legend. All the signs point to putting Wicked in. I just do not want to. But Wicked is my 4. And then they don't like Chris Bowers. He's never been nominated, but he just recently won for last year for The Last Repair Shop. So he's in the consciousness. Challengers won the Globe. They're in the consciousness. Nosferatu got the BAFTA nomination. It's in the consciousness. Room Next Door. Alberto Iglesias.
It's
Hello.
it's also a
The
great
goat.
score and it's coming
Amazing
out at the
score.
right time. Like the film's just
Mm.
coming out right now.
Do you see my letterbox score for Room Next Door?
No, did you like it?
I loved it. You are. I hate you
Interesting.
so much for gaslighting me and making me think I wouldn't like it. You were like, Kyle, I like a lot of Pedro movies, and I don't think you'll like this because I didn't like it. I was like, you don't gaslight me. Do not gaslight me ever again, Tristan. I loved it. It was good.
I
But
don't know. Lower tier
it was
Pedro
so
for
good.
sure.
It was so good. Never gaslight me again, Tristan. I'm gonna go. Okay, honestly, I kind of want to go Nosferatu. Can I be honest? That BAFTA nomination is scaring me. That
Yeah,
BAFTA
it's
nomination
possible.
is scaring me. Why did it get the BAFTA nomination? That feels like it shouldn't have happened. I'm gonna go Room Next Door. I'm gonna hold on to Room Next Door. I'm gonna hold on to Alberto. But that's where I'm at.
Okay. I think those are fair picks. Yeah, Wicked, it's scaring me. It could get in. I feel like that's just the thing the Academy is going to do, and it's going to snub something way more deserving. But for now, okay, Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, I agree. Those are the three locks. I'm holding on to challengers. I know that might not be smart. I know that there are a lot of
I'm
members
sorry.
that
I don't think so. I just don't think it's gonna happen. It's too cool. It's too good of a score, Tristan. It's too good.
I would agree with you, but it won the Globe, and I know that doesn't mean anything. Scores have won the Globe historically, even before they were like the quote unquote new Globes, have been really cool when it's come to the best score category.
To be fair, actually, I think the last one to win that missed was Justin Hurwitz for First Man. So that was like 2018. So it's been a while. So it's a pretty good precedent.
Yeah, and it is Reznor and Ross. Like they're a big name duo. So
I'll be honest, I don't know why people say that like Reznor and Ross are like Academy darlings. They've only had 3 nominations.
Yeah, but they've won
And 2
twice.
wins. Yeah, Social Network and Soul. Those are spread out. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it was because of Reznor and Ross's score why they won for Soul. I think it was because of John Baptiste's jazz instrumentals of why they won. I think John Baptiste was a lot of for Soul. But
and I think John Baptiste is going to be a name that we see a lot in this category. I don't think he's getting in this year for Saturday. Wait, he wasn't even shortlisted for Saturday night.
I don't know. They had like 20 films shortlisted here, so maybe he was.
It missed. Was not. Yeah, it missed.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Blink twice.
I don't even like that movie, but that score is cool. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go challengers, and I'm gonna go the Wild Robot. Those are the 5 most memorable scores of the year.
Oh God.
I don't care. I know that's
wrong.
No,
do you want to bet
I don't want to bet because I know that that's wrong, and I know Wicked needs to be in there somewhere, but I don't know which one of these to take out. Personally,
best case scenario, we both get 4 out of 5, and we get challengers in Room Next Door. Best possible case scenario: no Wicked, no Wild Robot. Well, actually, I really like Wild Robot score.
Yeah, but, no, I want Wild Robot. Take out Amelia.
Best case scenario, you get 5 out of 5. Yeah, best case scenario, you get 5 out of 5.
Take out Amelia Perez and put in the Room Next Door.
Dude, I wish
that would be my score lineup. Although I don't like the movie, but Queer I think would be up there for me too. So maybe I'm just a Reznor and Ross stan, but
who isn't? Yeah. They should have been nominated last year for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That was a score.
Should be nominated most years.
Every year.
So
every single film. I know. They're the best. They're the best. Are you excited for them to do Tron Ares next year?
Yes, I can't wait. I'm so it's probably going to be a bad movie because Jared Leto is starring and the director's Johan Ramming, I think. The guy who did
Jeff Bridges is good. Jeff Bridges is good though.
Yeah, I love Jeff Bridges, but I'm worried about the team behind it, but we'll see. Greta Lee's in it, I think, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a big Tron Legacy fan, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I do really like that movie.
I like the Daft Punk score for it.
Yeah, it's sick.
Okay, right. Production design, you.
Okay. All right, production design. Wicked, Dune, both in. I'm also feeling pretty good about The Brutalist. You know your tech and craft guilds better than me, so let me know if there's anything I'm doing here that's kind of insane.
Honestly, there's nothing that you can really do wrong here because top 6 on Gold Derby all have made every precursor. It's pretty difficult to
yeah, that's what I was thinking because it's different. Like these 6 all seem like they could get in. I don't know what's gonna miss.
My brain automatically goes to production and costume design. You could do 3 period and 2 fantasy. So the obvious one would be to take out Conclave because that's a contemporary film.
And that's what I have out at the moment. I have,
but then it's like
that just seems weird.
Yeah, but Conclave is like just so high. I think I heard Mark Johnson say this, but it's the same campaign that the campaign that Focus is running for Conclave in production design is the same campaign that Netflix did for 2 Popes because they also rebuilt the Sistine Chapel for that movie, and that movie missed. But like, and two popes would like if there was 10 nominees that year, there was only 8 nominees that year. The two popes would have made it into Best Picture for sure. Given it got 2 lead actor nominations and adapted screenplay.
Yeah.
Um, so like, honestly, I kind of want to take out Conclave,
I
but
I
like, it
Conclave
feels
out.
wrong.
It
It feels
does.
wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. But I just think Nosferatu, I don't love the movie at all, but I think the production
Nosferatu is definitely in. It's
yeah,
between Gladiator
it,
and Conclave.
I agree. But Gladiator, it's really funny because um, Gladiator and Conclave both recreated parts of Rome or Rome, the Vatican. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's you got to go with one of the Italian recreations. But I think I'm gonna go Gladiator, just because the recreation of the Colosseum has been like something that's been a big talking point this season. Um, Also, the first Gladiator, I think, won production design over Crouching Tiger, I
Mhm.
believe. You can fact check me on that if I'm wrong. Um, but no, I know Conclave's obviously the bigger contender, but I think I'm just gonna go. And Napoleon got production design, right?
It did.
Yeah, I'm
Same
gonna go
production
Gladiator.
designers, but like, dude, I'm telling you, dude, I really want to. I really think Conclave has a chance. I feel
I
like
think
that the whole campaign I feel has been really focused. I feel like every time I've seen like anything talked about or like any FYC ads, production design is always like one of the things that their like focus is clearly pushing for.
yeah,
Like I feel like they're running a pretty highly stylized campaign, but like my brain just says do Gladiator, and then you'll have 3 period and 2 fantasy. You're gonna. It's just like perfect. It's like why are you doing Conclave? Why are you doing Conclave? I'm gonna go with Conclave for now. I probably will blink and change it before the 23rd. But
and you're
yes.
gonna take out Gladiator.
I want to say number 8 is a complete unknown.
Oh,
Or
and
sorry, number 7. Number 7. Sorry, number 7 is a complete unknown. Number 8 is Amelia Perez.
what did they even recreate? The stage for Newport?
I guess so, but it got 80G, so complete unknown is definitely somewhere in the mix.
That's kind of crazy. I would put, and I love a complete unknown. I think it's awesome, but Blitz I think would is better in terms of production design.
Yeah.
That would be the one I would be like looking out for. But yeah, I think it's the six for sure that we talked about are the
Mm-hmm.
ones that are really competing for that. Makeup and hairstyling. Is this me?
I think it's me because you started last time.
True. And
Oh,
this has been something very contentious between the two of us. We've been
I know.
arguing this all season.
I
Um,
haven't had a substance until like very very recently.
oh,
Like
good. You put it in.
I put it in like post definitely post Globes. A lot like very recently I put it in.
I took something out that I think you didn't have in that I had in this whole time, and then I just decided
Yeah.
to yank it out of there.
Okay. Well,
Still,
number
still in
1
the top five on Gold Derby.
still in the top 5 of Gold Derby. Okay. That I didn't have in?
I don't know. I don't think you had. I think you were telling me to
Okay.
take it out.
Well, and that would have to be Nosferatu then.
No.
No? Okay. Then interesting.
Interesting. Go ahead.
Okay. Substance, I have to predict it. I have to
Good.
predict it. I can't not predict it.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. This is like the one
Let's
category I
go.
actually feel there's zero locks. There's zero locks here. I do think the substance is still
Yeah.
vulnerable, but I have to predict it. There are 9 movies that are possible to get into this 5. The only one that's not possible is Maria. But there's 9 movies that are possible. Substance is getting in. Wicked, I'm gonna predict.
Yeah.
Today, I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling like I should do a different man.
Oh, that's the
Beetlejuice,
one I took
Beetlejuice.
out.
Oh, I don't know if I would do that because Mark Moreno, the makeup artist for a different man, he got him for Coming to America, and hold on, I might share my screen for a minute. You won't the thing won't come up if I share my screen here, right?
I don't think so. I mean, you can try it if you want.
I don't know. Well, I can just tell you, he got Mark
Yeah.
Moreno. He got him for um Coming to America in 2021, and he also got him for the Batman in 2022. So I feel like I
Yeah, he
have to
has a
bring
good track record.
it.
Are
So
you
that
still going with the wild card pick?
it's not a wild card pick. It's happening. I actually feel so much more confident about it than most of these other movies. Beetlejuice and Waltzing with Brando. It hurts to snub Amelia Perez. I feel like it's gonna
Whoa,
happen.
like waltzing with Brando. No,
It's gonna happen.
I don't know,
It's gonna.
man.
You have to.
I
We can bet on this
I
one.
want it
If
to
you don't,
happen.
no, I'm being so serious. We can bet on it. We can bet on it. Whatever you choose that you don't have it,
Okay,
we can bet on it.
like you would bet the Substance versus Waltzing with Brando.
Well, both of those will get in.
Yeah.
Something that you
Okay.
that
Well, we'll go through mine. Sorry. So you had the
I would do a
Substance,
different man versus
Wicked,
Walter and Brando if you want, since you don't have it in.
but I don't have a different man in either.
Yeah, I'm saying I have a different man in, so we could do if you don't have a different man in. Oh, never mind. Sorry, never mind. We can do Nosferatu versus Walter and Brando.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that. I've got Substance, Wicked, Beetlejuice, Nosferatu, Dune.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I mean,
honest.
I think
You need to
a
find a way to
different
put
man
a
could get in.
You have to put an Apprentice or Walter with Brando. You have to find a way to get a.
I think
Okay.
Apprentice is the more likely one for sure. You know
Find
what?
a
No,
lineup.
actually,
Find a lineup.
Wait a minute. The Apprentice is definitely getting in because it's got two
A bunch of
actors that
maths
I have.
along. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
but
No, you're right. Yeah, not Waltzing with Brando. Waltzing with Brando is higher than The Apprentice on Gold Derby. Wow,
I know,
you were early on that train.
I know, I know. I think it's Waltzing with
Um,
Brando. I
do you
can.
think do you think Dune is out?
Dune is definitely out. I'm so sorry. Dune is actually like what I think is probably. It's probably like 8 for me.
Okay, I'm gonna take Dune out because that's my 5, and then I'm gonna put in The Apprentice because I have The Apprentice doing pretty well in other categories. So
Maybe we should bet on Apprentice versus Waltzing with Brando then,
yeah,
because
absolutely. Yeah,
instead of
sure.
Nosferatu,
Worst case, we both lose.
yeah.
I don't see Waltzing with. I give you so much credit if Waltzing with Brando gets in.
Okay, 15 on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Lock it in. Say lock it in.
Lock it in. Let's go.
Okay, Waltzing with Brando. The makeup artist for Waltzing with Brando is Kazuhiro. It's happening, boys. It's happening.
Oh, it is? Shoot.
It's
Oh my
Kazuhiro.
god. Damn it.
No, the makeup artist.
I still don't think it's gonna.
No,
Yeah.
really? You think Kazuhiro is gonna miss?
Yeah. Or they both
He
get
could.
in. But
Yeah.
yeah. I just there's that movie has no profile. Literally, the profile is so small on that movie that
But Billy
they're
Zane looks like
using.
Marlon Brando. He looks like Marlon Brando.
I get it, but the profile is so small that I don't know if you've seen the FYC ads. They've had to pluck letterboxed reviews instead of like critics
Like real
reviews because
critics?
there's not enough. Yeah, like my friend Jake
Well, it's only
on
played at two
Letterboxd,
film
he got
festivals.
plucked. Pardon?
Yeah, it's only played at 2 film festivals, Torino and
Yeah,
Palm Springs. So there
it's
might
just
not be enough critic reviews.
way too small of a pool of people that have seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, the makeup is incredible based on what I've seen, but yeah, I don't see it.
I actually do think Amelia Perez has a really good shot of getting in. I was trying every way to put it in. I just can't find enough of a reason to do it. I'm so sad.
I think
about
Beetlejuice Beetlejuice could miss, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet.
Given
on
what it got
It's
in Makeup Guild, I'd be very afraid to predict the Beetlejuice snub.
Yeah,
it got like 3 nominations there, so I don't know.
And Nosferatu is just surging right now, so I feel pretty good about that.
It's a horror movie, so that's why I feel like that will probably 2 horror movies in 1 year with this branch.
But what's really smart about so like Nosferatu and The Substance are obviously both horror movies, but the way they've been campaigning The Substance, they're saying it's not a horror movie, it's like a thriller or a genre film. And then with Nosferatu, obviously it's a horror movie, but it's got like kind of a gothic drama feel to it as well. and people have been calling it a gothic romance. So it's contextualizing films and making people who aren't into horror movies interested in these two films, and I think it's going to work. The campaigning
Okay.
hasn't been like, oh, these are horror films. It's kind of been like broadening the scope.
Yeah. Well, if you're right, then you can rub in my face that we got 2 horror movies and that I was a late adopter. I came in so late on the substance, guys. You understand. If you guys I think literally 2 podcast episodes ago, I was like, it's not happening. It's not happening. Let me blackpill you guys on why substance will not be getting a makeup nomination. Okay, kick us off with editing. Editing. Do you have the substance here, Kristen?
Editing.
The
I don't have the substance.
No?
Do you?
No, of course not. What?
Okay, yeah, no, absolutely not. I have okay. So editing is actually a pretty tough one. I have a big snub here actually. But I think you're gonna have it too. I have Conclave, Dune Part 2, Honora, Emilia Perez, and A Complete Unknown.
Oh, we have the same 5. Is
Oh,
that the
interesting.
order?
That's the order, yeah.
Oh, and we have the same order as well.
I think that
The Brutus is not a snub. It never made ace. What are you guys talking about? The Brutus is not getting in. The Brutus is never is not getting in.
I agree that it seems pretty likely to not get in, but a lot of people would consider it a snub.
Do you
Just
know what
because
the
a lot
definition
of
of a
people
snub
think
is,
it's.
Tristan?
I do, yeah, but a lot of here's the thing: there are films that have gotten in without getting ace, and I think that The Brutalist has a lot of people believe it has a chance to win Best Picture, and without editing, that's just for a movie like that doesn't seem possible.
It was always a stretch. Unless you're Selma Shoemaker, you don't get in with movies over 3 hours. I'm sorry. Unless you're Selma Shoemaker, you're not getting in with a movie over 3 hours. But it could happen. I still think of Roses. It's like 7 for me. It's like 7.
Mm-hmm.
6 is Wicked, by the way, not Challengers.
Interesting.
Myron Kurskin. I want to remind people, 2021. What was the surprise nomination in editing? Never got Best Picture nomination, but got editing nomination. Myron Kurskin for Tick, Tick, Boom. He could do it again.
Wait, what did he edit? Sorry.
Tick, Tick, Boom.
No, like the movie this year.
Wicked.
Wait, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's possible. Wicked would be my number 6, and then I have Brutalist at 7. Challengers, I still think is in the conversation. September 5, I still think is in the conversation. Substance, I think, is out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It would be Challengers would be my winner, and then Substance. Oh, sorry, I don't want to spoil a future video, but I do think Challengers and the Substance are for me the most impressive editing jobs this year.
Sorry. Costume design. Is it my turn? My turn, right? Number 1, Wicked. Number 2,
yeah.
Nosferatu. Number 3, Dune Part 2. Number 4, Gladiator 2. This is the conflict. What is 5? There's 4 movies that are possible. Maria, Beetlejuice, Conclave, A Complete Unknown. Maria is Massimo Carrasmisi. Is that his name? He got nominated twice. Recently for Pinocchio in 2020 and Cyrano in 2021. Twice. And that's pretty big.
That is pretty big. What were your 4 again?
Dune, Gladiator, Nosferatu, Wicked.
Okay. Okay, cool.
And then Conclave, I mean, they're wearing cardinal outfits. And then Beetlejuice is Colleen Atwood, the GOAT, 14-time nominee, Colleen Atwood. Yeah. And then A Complete Unknown is just doing very well on a precursor rise. So, what do we put in here?
I think so. First of all, I think those four that you listed: Wicked, Dune, Nosferatu, Gladiator, locks. Those four I'm feeling very confident about as well. Those are my four. I'm also trying to figure out what the fifth is, but I'm leaning towards Beetlejuice. I think Colleen Atwood is, she's
I'm leaning towards Maria.
interesting. Okay.
Isn't
I
that
think
interesting?
I actually might have Maria in another category. We'll see when we get there. Potentially.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna
I'm
put
still,
Maria for now, and you'll do Beetlejuice.
yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't bet on that, but I think one
We
of us is
can.
going to be right. I'm okay. I think one of us is going to be right. But it would be pretty funny if it ends up being Conclave instead,
We
or a
only have
complete unknown.
$25 going right now, so there's still lots of time to add some more money onto it.
Yeah, for the wins, maybe. I don't know about.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
We'll
No,
see.
no. Cinematography. Tristan, hit us.
Okay, so cinematography. I have The Brutalist, Dune Part Two, Nosferatu. Here's where it gets a little tough. Um, I want to put Nickel Boys in, but it hasn't hit in terms of precursors. It didn't get anything, did it?
It
Didn't
got
get,
cricked twice. It
but
missed.
yeah,
It got ASC Spotlight. It didn't get in the main category, but it gave it a special award.
yeah. I don't know if that's enough. Um, I really want to put it because it's so innovative. I actually just saw Nickel Boys. I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast, but
I have seen Nickel Boys as well, and it's the best movie of the year.
it's okay. It's my second favorite movie of the year behind The
Oh, that
Brutalist.
means we're gonna have the same top two. Oh my gosh, in different orders. Next week's
Yeah,
episode. Stop. We shouldn't have said anything.
exciting. I will probably have the same number three as well.
No, we won't.
Honora's not your number three.
Stop spoiling it. But no, it's not.
Okay, interesting. All right.
Wait, so what's your 4 and 5?
My 4 and 5, I think. Okay. Oh, this is so tough. I think I'm gonna do Maria. Um, and then for my number 5, I think I'm gonna go with it's between Conclave and Amelia Perez. What got ASC?
ASC was really weird this year because they did 7 nominees instead of 5.
Yeah, and Nickel
And
Boys wasn't there. Yeah.
Nickel Boys was not there. It got ASC Spotlight though. They gave like a special award. But obviously
Yeah.
Maria, Edward Lockman was there. Amelia Perez was there. Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nosferatu, Dune, Brutalist.
Oh, that makes it
Literally
so
everything
tough.
except for Nickel Boys, but
Yeah.
both. And then Road Leader also got ASC Spotlight. They gave it like a special award. And Wicked also was there.
I
Alice Brooks.
I think and you said Maria was there, right?
Yeah, Maria was there. Edward Lockman was there.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go Maria Conclave.
Okay. That's
I
just
feel
not
like Amelia
choice.
Perez is gonna show up.
Okay. I
Yeah, but
feel.
I just don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Brutalist, Dune, Nosferatu, Conclave, Stefan Fontaine is definitely number 4 for me. I think it's
Yeah.
100% in. Um, I think people are overestimating Edward Lockman a little bit.
They are. I agree, but at the same time, because he's not like a Brandt's favorite or anything like that. But I think Maria, the one thing that everyone's been talking about has been the cinematography. It's been the standout of that conversation. So I don't know. It's just a gut feeling I have. It could be wrong, but I'd rather bet on him than Amelia Perez. I think the Maria cinematography is pretty outstanding.
I think I'm gonna do Amelia Perez.
It's probably the safer bet, but
That way I go 4
it's
for
not
5 with
as good looking
ASC
of a
and
movie.
4 for 5 with BSC. You want
It's
to let's bet
smart.
on
Smart.
let's bet on Amelia Press versus Maria. Let's
No.
do it. Let's do it. You're confident,
Nah, I'm good.
dude. You
I
got
don't want
this.
to bet too much. I don't want to bet too much.
We've
Nah,
only got
if
$25.
I don't want to go that high.
$25.
Well,
No, it's already too
I'm
high for
okay.
you.
I'm okay.
25. Okay.
No, it's not. But I know there's going to be more coming down the road, and none of these.
And this,
If there's something intriguing, I will. But I not on
we
this.
both
No.
said that we think the
Amelia,
fights are going to end in ties. We both think that Song and
I'm
Makeup are going to
good.
end in ties. Okay.
This is not bet worthy. No way.
I'll
I
politely
don't
ask
feel
for the
that
rest of the
strongly about it.
categories. But if you say no, I can't force you to bet. I don't want you to feel like I'm peer pressuring you.
And we have to leave some for the actual winners too.
Who's to say that we can't bet as much as we want?
I don't want to lose like $200.
You keep saying that, but so far we barely bet anything, and we like what? We're like pretty much even.
We are even. Yeah, we
Are we?
It's evened out so far. I believe so. I have to go back
I
from
still
our
don't know what the
really early
Globe,
ones. But
the Golden Globe nominations. We made
yeah,
3 bets, but I don't know what they were. I know I won
you
one of
might
them,
be
the
up.
Elle Fanning versus Margaret Qualley one, but I don't know about the other 2 in that one.
Yeah, and then the winners we tied.
Yeah. Anyways. Okay, original screenplay.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Original screenplay. Okay.
Maybe we can bet on this one because I have a
really
crazy choice here. But Honora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, The Substance, and that 5th slot, there's 4 movies that are above what I'm choosing. Hard Truth, September 5, and Challenger are all higher on Gold Derby, but I'm going with All We Imagine Is Light in that 5th slot.
I would love that. That would be so good. Ooh. You know, if you didn't say that, like, I don't know.
I think it's between September 5 and All We Imagine Is Light. It did get back to long list, but it didn't make the nominations. Challengers made a nomination.
Didn't make the nomination. Yeah.
And Hard Truth didn't make the back to long list.
And yeah, Hard Truth is done.
Well, I don't know about to say that, but
it might not be done, but I just
I think
feel
it's still
like,
possible for screenplay nomination.
I did not like Hard Truth very much, so I'm not inclined to bet for it. I've got Honora, Brutalist. Actually, different order. Honora, Real Pain, Brutalist, The Substance, and then I think for me, I would love to see it go to All We Imagine As Light. I just to me there just hasn't been enough pointing in that direction for me to bet on it. It's really good. I really like that movie a lot. And Seed of the Sacred Fig for me would absolutely be one that I'd love to see here. But I'm going with September 5. I think that PGA nomination.
I think those are 2. I think it's the 2. Those are the 2 that are competing for it.
Yeah, I don't think it's Challengers. I think Challengers will get Song and Score. I know you don't have it, but I think it's going to get one of those. But I don't think it's getting Screenplay, unfortunately. I really think September 5 just is. It's worrying me like that could kick out Sing Sing. I like Sing Sing a lot more, so I'm for picture. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you have Sing Sing in picture. Actually, I don't know if I do either. We'll have to see.
Why do you say that?
Why
would you say that? I love Sing Sing. I love Sing Sing more than you do.
Yeah, you do actually.
But I'll kick us off with Adapted.
Okay. This is me, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Adapted, I'm feeling pretty good about Conclave, about Sing Sing, Nickel Boys, A Complete Unknown. Those are 4 that I feel pretty good about, and then Amelia Perez. So I just have the 5. 5 for 5?
On the mark. 5 for 5.
Easy category.
And same order too. Amelia Perez last, but I have Complete Unknown higher than you. I think Complete Unknown is probably my number 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's probably higher than Nickel Boys. I just think I
Mhm.
feel like Nickel Boys, even if it doesn't get picture, it's locked here.
Mhm.
Um,
Can I show you
supporting.
something? I want to show you my odds that I have on supporting actor.
Oh, is it like crazy?
My odds are so crazy. I'm definitely doing my zero on this one. Oh my gosh.
I have pretty
I like
crazy odds on picture. I think I have 101 on Complete Unknown. Um, did I take? Damn it! I took. Okay, I have 101 on The Substance, Nickel Boys, and A Complete Unknown for picture. But I had September 5 for 101 as well, and then I took that out.
look at these odds. Look at these odds. Kieran Culkin, 1 out of 5 odds. Yuri Borisov, 1 out of 33 odds. Edward Norton, 1 out of 100 odds. Guy Pearce, 1 out of 95 odds. Jeremy Strong, 1 out of 100 odds.
Nice.
Insane!
That's awesome.
Insane! Oh my gosh! We are not moving. I'm about to make so many points on just category alone. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. I got all these people early. We are so back. Anyways.
that's really
um,
funny because that's my exact lineup as well.
in this order, or do you have
No, I have I have Pierce and Borisov. But no, I have Borisov as at 3, Norden at 4, and Pierce at 2. Now Pierce, I know the weird thing is Pierce is less likely to get nominated than Norden and Borisov because they've gotten everything. But I think Pierce is more likely to be win competitive, even though I think Culkin is just sweeping. I think if I could see a scenario where Pierce wins over a scenario where Norden or Borisov won.
have we
But
talked about the alphabet theory at SAG yet?
no, I don't think so.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to read this. You see it. So look at the SAG nominees.
Yeah.
17 out of the 20 nominees in the acting categories are between the letters of A and M.
Interesting.
SAG sends out their ballots in alphabetical order. So if you go and you check off Pamela Anderson and yada yada yada, and you get all the way down, you get down to like M or so, and you've already checked off 5 names. So that's where this theory stems from. That these people are just going through like half the list and then they're just submitting their ballots once they hit 5. The only people that make it in was Saldana, who was a lock. Norden, Edward Norden, and Jeremy Strong. Those are the only 3 people who made it into SAG with letters from the second half of the alphabet.
That's crazy. That's a really good theory, actually.
And then Eric Anderson, he went back through every year, and every single year in the expanded era, there hasn't been a single year where like less than like 12 have been from the second half of the alphabet.
That's horrible. Oh my
So that's
god.
very interesting. It's a very interesting theory.
Yeah.
It seems like there's some water to it, but
Yeah.
yeah. Any
Interesting.
thoughts? Is this
I
something
think
real?
that's
Is this a plausible
uh
theory?
I think it's a plausible theory. Does it like um apply to the Oscars?
No, it
Or is it
applies to
it's
just
just a
SAG.
SAG thing?
Just
Right.
a SAG
Yeah.
thing.
Interesting. I think that's cool.
That's not cool. Jonathan Bailey wrongfully got in because
I
his
mean,
name is higher on the alphabet
no, I
than Guy
agree.
Pearce.
It's I think it's an interesting theory that I do think there, could potentially be some weight to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
All
Best
right.
supporting actress.
So supporting actress. Okay. So, oh, hold up. I got to bring up my predictions. Okay. Supporting actress, I have Saldana and Ariana Grande at 1 and. Wait, hold up. I just realized I forgot to put Ariana Grande in my predictions on Gold Derby this entire time. What am I doing?
I do that with like every category because I always try to play the odds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just took out Saoirse Ronan finally. I have there's a few that I'm feeling pretty good about right now. Saldana and Grande. I have Rossellini in. I know that there is this theory that a lot of people are watching only the first half of The Brutalist, which would mean they aren't even seeing Felicity Jones' performance
Do you
because
see
she
Clay and
doesn't.
Davis's article
Yeah,
yesterday? Oh my
yeah.
lord! 9 voters saying that they haven't seen the second half of the Brutalist. That's concerning. No, Felicity Jones is not getting in. She's gonna miss. She's gonna
I,
miss. It's
I.
already a divisive performance.
How is it a
I
divisive performance? It is easily
I've
the
heard
best
so many
of
people say they
these.
don't like the performance. I've heard
That
a
is
lot of people say
crazy.
that. No, it's
I
already
think
divisive. She's definitely missing. I'm
I
not
think
predicting it.
by far, she is the best performance in this category. With like, there's not even competition. I think she should be running away with this award. Like, give it to her now. There is
I wish.
not even
I wish.
a single person in this category that even comes close to what she's doing in that movie. The only one who would be anywhere near for me
Auntie
is
Alice.
Margaret Qualley.
Oh, never mind.
No, I love Ingenue Ellis in that movie, and she'd
I really
probably be in
enjoyed
my
her.
nominations. I just don't think she has enough screen time, and she doesn't. It's it's a couple scenes that are absolutely beautiful, but I just for me, Felicity Jones is just on a different level.
Some people really
But
don't like the
Ingenue
performance.
Ellis, I don't get
Yeah,
that.
and if people
To me,
aren't
she's
watching
better
it,
than Guy Pearce.
I
Yeah,
agree.
no, I can't. It's my favorite performance. My favorite performance of the year is Adrian Brody. But like in
Okay,
terms
we need
of
to
all
stop
the
talking
supporting
about.
performances,
We'll save it for 2 weeks. Just tell us your 5.
okay. Felicity
I'm
Jones is my
sorry.
number 4. I can't drop her. I can't do it. And then okay, number 5 is where it gets a little complicated. Now on Gold Derby they have Deadweiler, which I don't think is happening. I just don't think enough people have seen the piano lesson. I don't actually even like that performance. I think it's way too stagey. Quali, I love to see that happen. I just don't think it's going to. Jamie Lee Curtis, I was a Jamie Lee Curtis fan for Everything Everywhere. Like I love her as an actress.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even the best supporting performance in The Last Showgirl. Like there
Karen
are
Shirpka
multiple
is
other,
so much better.
so much better, so much better. Yeah, she should have, and as well as Dave Bautista, who obviously that's supporting actor, but still, like I don't understand. Um, I'm putting in okay for me. This last slot is between Selena Gomez for Amelia Perez and Monica Barbaro for Complete Unknown. Um, I think it's very possible Felicity Jones misses and both Selena and Monica get in. Um, that could very much happen, but I'm going to, for now, put in Monica Barbaro for a Complete Unknown. Selena missed the SAG, right?
Selena Miss Sag, but she got BAFTA.
Which is big, but I think I'm just shocked that she would miss the SAG. And I mean, maybe it is the alphabet theory,
Oh yes.
but
Well, isn't
I
Z the first half
think
of the alphabet?
oh, it's last name. Okay, it's not first name. Yeah, I'm gonna put Monica Barbaro in here. I think a Complete Unknown is surging. I think her performance is pretty amazing, and she just like gets Joan Baez down to a T, and the singing is really impressive too. So I'm gonna put her in and snub Selena, but I think it is very possible. Like it's a I'm so biased because I'm really really rooting for Felicity Jones here, but I think it's possible that we see both Barbaro and Gomez get in. I think it's also possible we see Rossellini miss, but I think Rossellini's pretty safe.
Yes. Well, I have the exact same 5 as you, except Felicity Jones is out for Jamie Lee Curtis. She got SAG and
Oh,
BAFTA.
really? You wait,
I
really?
have to. I have to. SAG
Okay.
and BAFTA. I don't have to, but like, I mean, come on. SAG and BAFTA.
It's a good combo. You know
No,
what?
no
I'll
jury system
take it
this
if
year.
she. I will take the Jamie Lee Curtis nomination if she brings Pamela Anderson along with her, because Pamela Anderson's
And
one of
she
my
won't.
favorite
She
performances.
will not. I can't really talk
That's
about
so
actors with you.
stupid.
The sad thing
That
is
I'm gonna
that
freak out.
yeah, it's very difficult for Pamela to get that nomination because she's going against two people with near perfect stats that are statistically based. Because statistically, this trifecta never fails. Marianne John Baptiste should not miss. And statistically, the Golden Globe winner for drama actress only twice has that failed, and both of those, the two times it has, have like massive caveats. Kate Winslet for Revolutionary Road, which she got nominated for the Reader that year, and Shirley Temple, which was a tie. So like a long time ago. So there's like two unbreakable stats that she's going up against, so she's not getting nominated because even if Cynthia Rivos gets snubbed, Marion and Fernanda are going to take her spot. So there's no
What
scenario
if
where it has to be
what if
Gaston Cynthia that gets snubbed.
yeah,
Like all
yeah,
four of
it could
them.
happen. It
I
would
don't think so.
it would be bonkers, but it could happen. But I don't have that. I have Pamela at 6. 7, sorry.
Yeah.
Pamela at 7.
Well, I guess we should just talk about actress now instead of before actor. Yeah, no, I mean, I think it is. I think Mikey and Demi are locked. I think I'm gonna
Yep.
stay with Carla and Cynthia because they've gone everything, and I'm just gonna do. It's a tough one between the trifecta stat and the Golden Globe stat. I think I hold more water to the Golden Globe stat, so I'm gonna go with Fernanda Torres.
Okay. So I had the same 5 as you for a while. And I think one thing to note is that Fernanda Torres is getting so much press right now. She was just on Kimmel. She's on like a ton of podcasts. She is campaigning like crazy. To the point where it's like, wow, she might be like number 3 or number like she might be really vying for that win. I don't think it's gonna happen, but she's really in there, I think. I think she's like actually looking like very likely to get a nomination here. So I have Mikey, Demi, Fernanda, Carla. I don't have Cynthia Erivo. I did, but
I've
I
heard a lot of people say
decided
this. A lot of people,
it's
you'd be
stupid.
surprised. A lot of people are not putting her in.
I know, and the reason why people aren't putting her in is because of Margot Robbie missing last year. Because
Okay.
people are thinking that it's a similar situation, which it's not, because
I
Cynthia
mean,
Erivo
it could
has
be like America Ferrera, the
it
supporting
could
actress,
be.
gets in, and
Yeah,
Ariana Grande is gonna get in, and then Cynthia misses. You know, it
it,
could be.
it could very well be a similar, but where this has a bit more strength is that she's singing, and there's a little more of that element to it. Um, but I think it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I want to bet against Cynthia and bet for Marianne Jean Baptiste because
Oh, not
I
Pamela.
just feel no, I have Pamela out.
Oh, I thought you were gonna bet Pamela. I thought you were like hyping me up. I was like, oh, she's gonna say Pamela. Oh my gosh.
No. I love because I don't have Jamie Lee Curtis in. If Jamie Lee Curtis gets in, I think Pamela gets in too.
That
I don't see a world.
okay.
I just, oh God, that would be so stupid. That would be
Mm.
the dumbest thing ever. Jamie Lee Curtis is like not even a big part of that movie. Tis, I would freak out if that's the case. Pamela Anderson is so good in that movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, and I'm a Jamie Lee Curtis supporter. But no,
I like
Marianne,
Christmas. I watched Christmas with the Cranks. I rewatched it this Christmas season. I was like, Jamie
nice.
Lee Curtis is such a great actress.
She is. She's. I mean, I heard she's amazing in The Bear. She's been doing really great things.
Hmm.
But I have, yeah, I think Marianne Jean Baptiste is just amazing in Hard Truths. I don't love the movie, but she is spectacular in that movie. She won the trifecta. She's got a lot of goodwill right now. I think she's in, and I'm going to take out Cynthia.
Okay.
It's not something I bet on, Because like I very much think Cynthia, like it's not something I like. I don't want I'm doing this knowing full well that Cynthia probably will make it in, but I just feel like who's I don't know. Like I feel weird about leaving out both Fernanda and Marianne Jean-Baptiste. I think that they both have such a good chance, and they're both like very acclaimed performances that I don't know. I feel like if someone's gonna miss, it could be Carla, but I think it's probably gonna be Cynthia if one of them misses.
I feel like there's been a lot of backlash to Carla's performance as of late.
Yeah, there has. But also, Amelia Perez is so well loved, and that would be historic. She'd be the first trans performer to get an acting nomination, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Okay, actor.
Okay. Is this is me, right?
I think it's you. Yeah, I just did.
Okay. Cool. So I have the four that everyone has: Adrian Brody, Timothy Chalamet, Ray Fiennes, and Coleman Domingo. And then in that fifth spot, I think it's a race between Daniel Craig and Sebastian Stan. Some people think Hugh Grant could get in there. I'm not so sure. It's possible, but I think the stats are in Daniel Craig's favor, but that movie really isn't hitting. And he missed the BAFTA, which is really strange. Although it is really weird that he got the SAG for a movie like that, because that is such an experimental, strange movie that SAG usually wouldn't go for. But I just have to go with Sebastian Stan here for The Apprentice. I think there's enough international support for that. And I could switch back. Like this isn't something I'm like super confident about, but yeah, I'm going to go Stan.
I agree. Same top five.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. High five. Let's go.
Bam. Bam.
A lot of people aren't doing this. A lot of
No,
people
I'm
aren't
actually.
doing this. I think
I'll be so honest. I think it's gonna happen. I feel very good about this.
I'm feeling really good. Yeah.
I don't know why. I feel like I really feel it's gonna happen. They're gonna do double Apprentice nominations. I don't know if you remember this. We were talking in DMs like pre-con, like this was way before we started the podcast. I was telling you that I think Sebastian Stan and Jeremy Strong are gonna get nominations, and you were like, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're back here. Now we have a podcast, and it's gonna happen.
Heck yeah,
So,
it is.
Best thing ever. Director. It is my turn, and I'm so sorry, Tristan. You're gonna hate me after this category. You're gonna hate me.
I know what you're doing.
You know I'm gonna snub. I think you know I'm gonna snub, and I'm so sorry. Don't worry, she'll be redeemed later on. I'm sure you will have her when we do our little thing later on in a couple of weeks. But Brady Corbet number 1, Jock Odier number 2. These sort of locks. I don't think Sean Baker or Edward Berger are locks. But number 3, Sean Baker.
Baker's a lock.
Baker's not a lock. Baker is definitely not a lock. Hold your horses. Berger 4.
Yeah.
Number 5, Pyle Kapadia.
So you have All We Imagine Us like getting
in director, yes.
It's a picture. Not a picture.
We'll see in a little bit, but for right now, in director.
No. Yeah, no. After seeing the movie, I just don't. I like it. I love that movie. I think it's great. I don't think it has the widespread traction or appeal that a movie, and I know you can point to Drive My Car, but that was a different case because of the year that it came out. And also that's a film that a lot of people agreed was the best movie of the year. And it had such a profound impact on people, whereas this movie is not hitting in the same way. There's not people love All We Imagine As Light, but it didn't win the trifecta. It didn't even get a lot of BAFTA nominations.
It didn't even win one of them, you know? It didn't even win National
Yeah,
Society. And those are the highbrow people. They gave it to Nickel Boys.
exactly.
But
So
they
there's other
did.
options
But
for
hold
those.
on. But they did give Pyle Kapadia Best Director.
Yeah, but she hasn't been getting it everywhere. And there's even places where Mohammed Rasuluf has like stole her thunder and gotten it instead, like New York, I think, right?
I would. I think you're thinking of L.A. because Muhammad Rasulov
Mhm.
won at L.A. But
Yeah,
even there, they still gave international film to All We Imagine Is Light. So they still gave Kapadia an award, even when Muhammad Rasulov also got an award.
I, I would really like to see this because I think it would be cool. I actually I wouldn't be shocked if Berger gets snubbed. I think he's the one, not Coraline.
I've heard a lot of people say this. I'm not doing it. Those people are dumb.
Because here's the thing, and we've talked about this before.
I am not doing it.
Conclave, I know because I know what you have Conclave winning, but I think Conclave, and maybe it's because it's a focus features film, but I think Berger is in a very similar position to Alexander Payne last year, who missed.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Kenneth Branagh. The other focus features. I thought when he said focus features, I was like, oh, I was about to say
But Branagh got in.
he got in for director.
Ultimately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Berger, I have him in at the moment. So I have Brady Corbet, Sean Baker, Jacques Audiard, who I don't think is a lock. But I think Sean is a lock. I don't think Jacques is a lock. But I would say it's close. Then I have Coralie at 4. And I have Berger at 5, but there is still a slight part of me, and I know there's no stats pointing towards this actually happening, so it's hard to really go for it. But Ramel Ross in Nickel Boys, it's insane that he's not getting like if he doesn't get nominated, that's insane. It is such a unique vision.
It
He's
is
incredible. And
the worst thing to ever happen in the history of the world. The worst thing to ever happen. It's worse. Have you seen BoJack Horseman? Have you seen BoJack Horseman?
No.
Okay, then you wouldn't understand the question.
No, I haven't.
It'd be too edgy for your podcast unless you're a BoJack fan. No, it needs to happen. It needs to happen. I hope it happens. Don't worry, we will correct it on the. We haven't made an award show name yet, but we will correct that mistake. That will be something that we will correct.
We'll call it the Addicts.
The Addicts. The Addicts Award.
Wow.
Okay. I think I'm gonna make the case for you, Tristan. I think we should do Coralie versus Pyle Kapadia, $15. I think
yes,
we should.
Absolutely down.
You're saying that because you're confident.
Win this, and
you're saying that because you're confident. You're saying that because you're confident. You're confident it's gonna happen. You're confident.
I'm not confident Coralie gets in, but I don't think Kapadia is getting in. I'd love to see it happen. It would be really cool. And props to you if it's a big risk. So
well, good thing I'm right.
Let's do it. Okay, we'll do Kapadia versus Coralie, and we're doing 15. All right, and that's it for bets for me right now.
No, I want to do one more. I want to make it an even 50. Let's try to find one more. Maybe in picture. No. If not, let's make it even 50.
I don't want to go, especially because I think we have the same 10.
You don't think we don't? I guarantee you we don't. I'd be surprised if we do. Okay, start off. Okay. What's your number 10?
Okay, so my number right now for number 10, I am wrestling between Nickel Boys and Sing Sing. Those are the two that I know September 5 does have a chance, but those are the two that I believe are I think it's one of those. Sing Sing, I think, is going to get screenplay and actor. I think it'll miss, and it has more potential for a lot more nominations. But I also find it weird that an Amazon movie would not get in, especially since they've had a good track record these last couple of years. Nickel Boys is really surging, not surging, but it's yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say what they've had. American Fiction. What else? What else has Amazon had in
I
this
believe the
picture?
past 3 or 4 years they had Licorice
They
Pizza in 2021,
yeah.
and then they
Was
had
that
American
MGM?
Fiction, MGM, yeah, MGM Amazon, and then they had Women Talking, which just barely squeezed in. And I think that probably they'll be able to do it with Nickel Boys.
Mm, yeah.
I think either way, like I don't know. I'm gonna go right now. Even though Sing Sing has more nominations, I'm gonna go with Nickel Boys. I think there is more passion. Like there's more people that just like Sing Sing, but there are people who think Nickel Boys is the best movie of the year, and I think those people are gonna push it in just barely into to squeeze in and get like a Past Lives or a Women Talking type package where it just gets picture and screenplay, because I think it's really locked in screenplay even if it's not going to win. Um, so yeah, that's my thought right now. But Sing Sing, it feels weird not having that in picture.
That is an interesting thought. My number 10 is All We Imagine Is Light. That should be obvious by the screenplay and director nomination. You kind of called me out on it, but I was like, hold on, save it.
Yeah. Really, you think? I don't know. Like, there's not enough talk about this one.
I will say the only other option I was battling with was Nickel Boys. And I think there are a total of 5 possibilities for this 10th slot. Just a total of 5. Nosferatu, Nickel Boys, All I Imagine Is Light, Sing Sing into number 5. It's gonna be one of those 5.
Yeah.
Which one is it gonna be? Sing Sing, I feel for me to predict it, I would need to have seen at least one of them between SAG and PGA. I just can't do it without that. I just can't. At least one. Woman Talking had SAG. You know?
Yeah.
Nickel Boys, I feel like the burden of Nickel Boys is not as high because it's just there's going to be enough people who will put it at number 1.
Yeah.
It has that passion. And Sing Sing, I don't even know if people have watched this movie.
Yeah. It also, there's not a lot of people saying it's the best movie of the year.
Yeah. Some people do, but not nearly as much as like Nickel Boys or All We Imagine.
I don't see anyone saying All We Imagine is number 1 though. I see them saying it's
I
one of
disagree.
the best.
I disagree.
It's not the best movie of the year. There's no way.
Okay, I mean, like a lot of highbrow critics think it is.
A lot of highbrow critics though are not putting it above like Nickel Boys. I think Nickel Boys has way more passion, and it's just a better movie.
I don't want to be that guy, but I just want to say, film comment. Where was Nickel Boys? Number 13. Where was All We Imagine Is Light? Number 1. What are you talking about? Highbrow critics love All We Imagine Is Light.
Film comment is that's not the.
Those are highbrow critics. These are like the snobby of the snobbiest.
Yeah, but they're not the ones to trust, to be honest. That's a ridiculous opinion. I like All We Imagine Is Light a lot. It's a great movie. It's not even close to what Nickel Boys is doing. Nickel Boys is on a different level.
I agree. Nickel Boys is much higher on my list than All We Imagine Is Light. But the highbrow critics do appreciate All We Imagine Is Light. And the ending is strong. The ending of Nickel Boys is very strong. That montage killed me. But
I love the ending of All We Imagine Is Light. But the first half of All We Imagine Is Light is generally a lot better, I think. I think it didn't, not that it didn't, the second half didn't work for me, but when it started to incorporate some of that magical realism, I felt there was a bit of a drop off, and I didn't think Kapadia handled it as well. And a lot of people agree with me on that. I think, I just think, yeah, I don't know. Nickel Boys is it's just so much better.
I agree.
And I like All We Imagine Is Light more than Sing Sing. I would put it higher, but for me, Nickel Boys is in a different league.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna run with it. I might change it to Nickel Boys.
Yeah.
Now, I want to say when you go based on precursor hall, I do think Sing Sing does come on top, even with it
Yeah.
floundering.
Yes.
And that's solely based on its like above the line strength. Like I think if you're including like stuff like lead actor and screenplay, Sing Sing would come up on top above both All I Imagine and Nickel Boys in both like critics areas, like Critics Choice and AFI and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like when you come to talk about like like SAG or something. So it's interesting. I do think Sing Sing still is probably in the mix. And Tempura 5 is in the mix. Nosferatu could get a Nightmare Alley package. Are we underestimating Nosferatu? Is that your 9?
No, it's not my 9.
I was making a joke. Making a joke.
Nosferatu, I'm not considering. I just think, and that's fair that it could get that Nosferatu, that Nightmare Alley package, but 2021 was just a much weaker year for obvious reasons. And it also, the thing with Nightmare Alley was it was directed by Guillermo del Toro. It came out really late. It was a weak year. And even though it's not a film that like everyone loved, um, it kind of fit to me. It kind of fit into to what the Academy would go for a little more than Nosferatu. Also, like Nosferatu's not unanimously loved. There are a lot of people who do believe it's one of the best movies of the year, and I've seen it top a lot of best lists. But I just I do think that it doesn't quite it's not quite in the conversation to get a nomination. I think it's just going to get below the line. It would have had to make PGA for me to really consider it, and it didn't.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. What's our number 9, Tristan? Should I go next? A Real Pain. A Real Pain's number 9.
I would absolutely agree with you, Kyle. My number 9 is also A Real Pain. I think
I feel like we're gonna have
I rewatched it
from now on.
Yeah, I just A Real Pain is a lovely movie. I rewatched it and I like it a lot more than I did the first time.
It's probably one of my lower best picture contenders for me personally.
It is for me as well, but I also think like it's in the bottom half for sure. But this is one of my favorite years for in recent memory. Like I love most of the movies here.
I don't think there's a single movie I gave under 3 stars. I will probably make this list.
Yeah, it's a great year.
Let's see. My number 8 is this is where it's going to divert because my number 8 is The Substance.
My number 8 is Dune Part 2.
I'll probably be my number 7.
And The Substance is my number 7.
Okay. Number 6 is Wicked.
Interesting. Number 6 for me is A Complete Unknown.
Number 5 for me is A Complete Unknown.
Number 5 for me is Wicked.
Okay. This is where it gets interesting. Now we're into the top 4. These are the 4 movies that are contending for Best Picture. I'm curious to see where Tristan has these because my number 4 is Anora.
Wow, I thought you had this closer to the top.
I originally thought it was going to be Conclave versus Anora, but
yeah,
I'm losing the faith. I'm losing faith in it. The pathway for Mikey seems to be more muddled.
Yeah.
The pathway in screenplay, it should still take it, but let's not act like The Brutalist and A Real Pain and The Substance couldn't maybe make a last minute run, especially like Baptist, like The Substance or something. I think it's very possible for Sean Baker to lose out. I also feel like maybe it's already peaked. I wonder if it peaked when people were calling it a front runner back prior to the Globes.
It's possible. Yeah, honestly, this is really tough because I do think it's a race between 4 movies. But I have Conclave at number 4 right now.
Oh wow. I think I know
I
number
don't think
one.
it's
I think it was. Oh.
you're
So I
not
think our one
you're
and
gonna
fours
be
are interesting. Interesting. Okay, number three.
no
I
that they're
have.
not. You're gonna be shocked at what I have at number one.
Oh wait, you have Amelia Perez at number one.
Yes.
Oh dear lord.
I
Okay.
know. I know. I can't unsee the package that I see it getting. So fortunately.
What? Okay, hold on. We'll talk about this in a second.
I,
Uh,
I have it number one for nominations. Well,
oh, not for
yeah.
wins. Wait,
No,
what? What do you think is winning Best Picture?
I don't. I'm way too indecisive right now to make a decision. Um,
Oh, that's a
but
cop out. That's a
I
cop
no,
out right there.
I think I'm right now. I think Amelia Perez is not number one in the race. I feel like there's going to be something that saves us from it winning. But I just the Brutalist is actually, to be honest, like I'm almost ready to put the Brutalist at number four, even though it won big at the Globes, just because there's certain things about it that are really worrying me. But right now I have Conclave at four.
My number three is The Brutalist.
My number three is the Brutalist as well.
My number two is Amelia Perez.
My number two is Honora.
My number one is Conclave.
My number one is Amelia Perez.
I still view this as Conclave's race. I think Conclave is still in the lead.
Interesting. And you know, the further along we get in the season, the more I start to see that. And I like Conclave. I love Conclave, actually. I love the movie. I think it's great. It's one of my favorites of the year. Um, but I think there's a big gap between it and Honora, The Brutalist, The Substance, Nickel Boys, a couple of them in here. And
I just
I
want to say,
just, yeah,
look at the Go package. That it's gonna get.
it's a damn good go package. It really is.
No. It's really just one. It's gonna get PGA. I think it's gonna get PGA. It's not all over WGA.
Oh, sorry. I thought you
And
were talking about nominations. No.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And the Bruce will take DGA, and then SAG. It's probably gonna be Wicked with Conclave and Amelia Perez on the back burner. What? What do you think is winning SAG?
So okay. I thought it was Wicked for a long time. I think Honora might pull it out. I'm really
That's not
starting.
happening. But
It could.
it's not.
I
It's
don't
not.
really. You think 0%?
I can easily dismiss that. I'm so sorry. It's not.
I think it's Honora versus Wicked versus Amelia Perez, but Amelia Perez underperforming at SAG a little bit is not looking good. Probably Wicked, but Honora's number two.
Okay. We'll talk about
It,
this
it definitely
after SAG.
is.
You
Eh,
think so? Maybe.
I
I don't see.
I Wicked's number one. I agree, but I think Honora's my like sneak.
Okay. No guts, no glory. Oh, we should have no guts, no glory predictions for today. Anyways, what was I saying? Yes, and then BAFTA is gonna be Emily Perez versus Conclave. And as long as Conclave pulls out BAFTA, it's winning Best Picture. That's all I need
Yeah.
to.
Oh, yeah. You might be right. It might win. It might win BAFTA.
If it gets PG or BAFTA or PJ and SAG, even if it just gets PJ, that would be enough for me to predict. Because I know if it was eligible for WJ, it would have won. So even if it was just PJ, I would still be able to predict it unless like something else did insanely well. Like if Nora ended up getting SAG, or if Amelia Perez got both SAG and BAFTA, that would be the only thing that would give me pause. Or if the Brutalist was able to pull out like a BAFTA win and it was like BAFTA DGA, that would be enough to give me pause. But as long as like nothing else doubles up, even with just PGA, I would predict Conclave.
This has to be like the most competitive year for Best Picture in ages. I can't even
At
remember the
least,
last.
yeah, at least since Spotlight versus Revenant.
Yeah, but there are four movies genuinely that could win right now, and I can't think of when was the last time where it was that competitive.
A four horse race.
I don't think I can't. Yeah,
Mm.
because 2016 was crazy. La La Land versus Moonlight. 20. I'd say 2017 was a 3-horse race. because it
2020.
it was 3 billboards versus. I had Shape of Water pretty firmly, but it
Yeah.
was a lot of people had 3 billboards, and then Get Out at the end there kind of was making a run for it.
No, it was always Three Billboards in Shape of Water.
I agree, but
Um,
if you go back and look at predictions, and same with 2018, a lot of people were starting to go with Black Klansman at the end there too.
a
I
lot of people
never
have
bought
Black
into it.
Klansman. I remember that was most people have Black Klansman. Like I remember like post like TIFF, post Fall
Yeah,
Festival. Black Klansman was like number one to most people. Most people had that over Roma and Green Book. I was always on the Green Book train. I was always on the Green Book train.
really. I was
Um,
on the A Star Is Born train for a really long time until I had to
yeah,
jump off.
but yeah, I would have to say, 2014 was pretty competitive. Boyhood, Grand Budapest, Birdman all tried.
Yeah,
2013 was pretty much 12 Years a Slave all the way.
and
Gravity had it at the start, but 12 Years a Slave and Gravity, you know what I mean.
2012 I think was Argo pretty firmly, right?
Well, Lincoln made a good run for him. Life of Pi with the Ben Affleck snub and director. Life of Pi really had a chance. That might have been the most
Yeah,
competitive, but Argo guild swept. So actually, no, you're right. No, it couldn't have been.
yeah,
Argo was. I wasn't predicting the Oscars at this point. I was like a child, but Argo
yeah.
probably was firmly in it.
I think 2011 was the first year I sort of paid attention, but I was a kid, so like
Yeah,
it wasn't really
that was
24. It
Artists
was
versus
2014 when I
Descendants.
really started.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was the Spotlight year was my
well,
first year.
I think Artist was firmly Artist. There was a time where I remember people were predicting Hugo, and then it bombed at the box office.
Mm-hmm. King's Speech Social Network. Yeah, this might be the most.
Um,
This might be the most competitive Best Actor, the Best Picture race in the expanded era for sure.
I can't even think of one like beforehand. Like this is like the craziest Best Picture race in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe 2007. That was crazy.
No
I
Country
think a
versus
lot of
There Will Be
people.
Blood.
Yeah, that
I
was
guess
pretty.
Toma and Juno all had a chance. Michael Caine was like the only one that was like kind of DOA.
Yeah. 2007, I'd say, because that I know. Up until a certain point, it was really confusing what was going to win because Atonement won the Globe and Juno, I think, won a bunch of stuff. That was a
Juno was
huge
winning
cultural.
screenplay, so a lot of people thought Juno was going to be able to do it.
Yeah, yeah. So
And Cohen versus PTA were like the battle for director, and they were going off.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
just like this year, it's Odiard versus Corbet for director. Juno's going to win original. Toma's going to win adapted. Sorry,
yeah.
I mixed both of them together. Honor's going to win original. Conclave's going to win adapted. Okay.
But that's a good point. Because it is Audiard versus Courbet, but I don't think Audiard is going to win
If
director. So
If Audiard takes BAFTA, dude,
yeah,
he should not have gotten a DJ nomination. It's very rare for DJ to nominate international people. This is only the third time in history.
it is weird. I don't know.
So if Odiar takes BAFTA, it's going to be a race to the finish line.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because right now I have a hard time predicting him winning screenplay or picture. Sorry, screenplay or director, but he has to win one of those. So. And
That's the
it's
pathway
not
for Amelia
screenplay.
Perez. Yeah, that's the pathway
Yeah,
for Amelia Perez to win director.
yeah.
Okay, well, let's wrap it up. How should
Cool.
we let's end it? You can see our face.
Thank
This is a
you.
video episode.
Yes, it's 2 hours. I think that's pretty good for Oscar predictions. That's kind of a hard thing to wrap up easily. But I'll try and get this out as soon as possible. And I'll just kind of put our uncut thoughts out there. I won't edit it too much because I think we did a good job. But thanks for watching, guys. This
For
is
all
a
your
channel.
Oscar needs, it's us.
Yes.
We're the awards addicts. We're addicted to this stuff. So we just like Adrian Brody to heroin in The Brutalists. It's us.
Yeah.
Is that a
Exactly.
good comparison? Being addicted
It's
to
great.
Oscars like Adrian Brody to heroin?
I think so. Well, except Adrian Brody isn't addicted to heroin. It's just his character.
Lasso Toff, I mean. Sorry.
We have to specify. I don't
Adrian Brody
think
doesn't
Adrian
do
Brody's.
heroin.
Yeah, I don't think he's a heroin addict. But
Oh dear Lord.
thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. Tell us if we're wrong. Tell Kyle if you want to bet with him. He will bet with
I want to
anyone.
bet with you. I want your money. I want your money.
I think No Other Land might lose documentary, so that's why I have this here.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're gonna predict it for a nomination, right?
Yeah. Just not a
Yeah.
win.
Okay. And